For many in France, the pace of the day is set around mealtimes. Lunch and dinner are treated more formally than we do in the United States, and are usually a multi-course event. In France, dining is not only a relaxing pleasure, but it's also a deep-rooted ritual in French culture. Bread, cheese, and wine are essential to the culture and tradition of French food. A French dinner often consists of 3 courses, hors d'oeuvre, or the entree, which is an appetizer or an introductory course that can sometimes be soup. Then there's the plat principal, which is the main course, and afterwards a cheese course or dessert. Meals are usually accompanied with bread and wine. So the night before I prepared this meal, I started on making the mousse au citron, which is the lemon mousse. I whisked together 4 eggs and 4 egg yolks and added a cup of sugar in a saucepan. Then I added salt, lemon juice, and zest, and I stirred it until it had the consistency of a loose pudding for about 10 minutes, poured it through a strainer, and then chilled it overnight. And so now, the next day, I took the remaining egg whites from those 4 eggs and I whisked those with some sugar until they were stiff, added those into my pudding that I made the night before, and then whisked together heavy cream, vanilla, until it formed a whipped cream consistency, and mixed it all together and chilled it. And that is how I made my mousse au citron. To begin making the ratatouille, I cut up about a pound of eggplant and I put it on paper towels and sprinkled some salt on it to get some of the water out. And while that was happening, in a saucepan I put my tomatoes, garlic, black pepper, basil, and parsley, and I turned that on medium heat. So while that was cooking, I started cutting up my other vegetables, and then I put my onions, my bell peppers, and some olive oil in a saucepan until they browned. And after they were brown, I added that into my tomato mixture and mixed that all up. And then I added in my zucchini and my squash. And I mixed it all together. And once that was done cooking for about 45 minutes, I added in about 1/3 cup of white wine. And there is my ratatouille. When it comes to French consumer decisions, the environment is an important factor. Many consumers, especially those between the ages of 18 and 30, gravitate towards products that are produced ethically and by eco-friendly means. The trend towards environmentally friendly consumption in France is not new. The French government has been implementing laws and issuing subsidies for years that promote environmentally friendly purchasing decisions. Like in 2016, when a ban was placed on the use of plastic bags in supermarkets, or the government subsidies provided to consumers who choose electric cars over diesel-fueled ones. Though the French government plays a role in its citizens' consumption, the French consumers' confidence has been falling throughout the end of 2017. This is likely due to changes in government and the election of a new president. Newer modes of purchasing, like e-commerce, have continued to grow in the past few years, with growths in purchases from online clothing stores and websites like Amazon. Internet users cite lower prices as being the main draw for online shopping as opposed to in-store purchases. Though e-commerce is growing, the French will not be buying food and grocery items online anytime soon. Over 95% of internet users surveyed in France say that their last grocery purchase was done in a physical supermarket or store. So with this information, newer models of grocery shopping like Amazon Pantry will likely have little effect on French consumer behavior, which is understandable considering how French food and meals are a large part of France's culture. So I'm going to teach you guys some phrases in French that you would need if you ever visited the country. Alright, so I'm going to start with greetings. The first thing you would need to know is hi, or hello, which is bonjour. If you're speaking to someone and it's a bit more of a formal situation, you would want to say bonjour madame for a woman, bonjour monsieur for a man, and bonjour mademoiselle for a young lady. Another way you could say hi that is a bit, well, way more casual would be salut, which directly translates to hi. To say goodbye, you would want to say au revoir. And if you want to say I'll see you later, you go à tout à l'heure. So to say please, you would need to say s'il vous plaît. And to say thank you, you would say merci. In case you accidentally bump into someone, you can always say je suis désolé, which means I'm sorry. Yes is oui, no is non. So if you'd want to say excuse me in two different situations, here's how you do it. If you're bumping into someone, you would say pardon. And if you want to get someone's attention, you'd say excusez-moi. And another thing you'd want to know how to say is I don't understand, which is je ne comprends pas. If you were to go to France, it would be important for you to know how to ask someone if they could speak English. So to do that, you would say parlez-vous anglais? Another thing that you need to know is how to say I would like something. So like I would like a cup of coffee, you would say je voudrais un café. So it would be je voudrais. So this one is a bit more important for me because I love to go shopping. So to ask how much something is, you would say c'est combien? And to say how much does it cost, you would say combien ça coûte? And that's it. That's how you say a few survival phrases in French.